Okay, 7.7. You're going to make 8 boxes. I'm going to split the paper into 8 boxes. Okay, the directions are rewrite the equation in slope intercept form. Okay, this is example 1. Now I'll explain what I mean by that. So we have 4x minus 5y equals 10. Okay, here's how you rewrite the equation, because what you have to essentially do is get y on one side of the equals by itself. So make a wall. You're going to make that plus negative. Dot your y and circle it. The y, not the x. The y is what I need to get by itself. Now, the first thing you can't mess up on. It's an easy thing to do, but you can't forget it. You do not want that dot number with the y to be negative. If it is, you make it positive, and then the outside numbers also change to opposite. So that was a positive 4, now it's going to be a negative. That was a positive 10, now it's going to be a negative. You just switch everything to opposite, but you need that number in the circle to be positive. Then I get rid of the negative 4x, I plus 4x, and then there's no x over here, so I make a 0x, and I add 4x there. So line up your equals. You have 5 times y. You got to put your x first. 0 plus 4 is 4x, and then the negative 10 second. Now, about that 5, you underline all 3 of the numbers, okay? And you put a 5 underneath. Now y is by itself. Now, if I divide and get a decimal, which 4 divided by 5 is a decimal, you need to keep it, don't write the decimal. You need to keep it as a fraction. So 4 over 5, 4x over 5. Now the second one, negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. Now the point of that, now your y is by itself and you have your m and b. You don't have to graph it, but that has been rewritten. So stick with it. Example 2. Negative 3x plus 7y equals 14. Okay, so make a wall on the y side, dot and circle. If you want to make that plus negative, that's fine. That 7 is positive, so I don't need to change the signs. Okay, no sign change. Do not make them all opposite. You want that positive. It is. But I plus 3x, then I make a 0x over there, and I add 3x to 0x. So I line up the equals, and you have 7 times y. Do your x's first. That's going to be 3x, 0 plus 3 plus 14. Then you divide every number in the whole equation by 7. Every number you see. So now y is by itself. Okay, 3 divided by 7 is a decimal, so I keep it 3x over 7. Then 14 divided by 7 is not a decimal, it's 2, so I write 2 down. Now y is by itself, and I know the m and the b. That's the whole point of this. Example 3. X minus y equals negative 6. First off, the y is not by itself. Well, we're going to put 1s in front of the letters. If they don't have numbers in front, we apply 1s. Okay? If the y is not by itself, which it is not, and plus negative. Okay, dot your y and circle it. Your y is a negative, that dot y is negative, we need it positive. So then I go outside and switch these to opposite. The opposite of 1 is negative 1, the opposite of negative 6, positive 6. Then I start getting process of getting the y by itself. Plus 1x. Then I make a 0x, so I have a place to actually add 1x over there. Okay, so 1 times y. It's going to be 1x plus 6. Then divide everything by 1. So it now becomes just y. 1 divided by 1 is 1, so you can put 1x. 6 divided by 1 is 6. So you now have M and B. Remember, if the variables, letters don't have numbers in front, you place ones. Okay, so you can see what you're adding and subtracting. Okay, next one, 2x minus 3y equals 6. The y has to be by itself. Okay, so plus negative, dot, and circle the y. Now we do not want that 3 as a negative, okay? Just for reasons that we'll see on the graph. For now, and the reason you don't is because on your M you want the bottom number positive because that's your run. You want to run forward, okay? Now I minus 2x, then I make a 0x, so I actually have a column to add to subtract 2x. So I line up the equals. So I now have 3 times y. 0 minus 2 is negative 2x plus the 6. Then I divide everything by 3. Everything. There the 3's will just cancel. I'll now have y by itself, which is what I want. The negative 2 divided by 3, that's going to be a decimal. So we keep it negative 2 over 3x. Okay. 6 divided by 3 is 2. M, B. Okay. That's right. Okay, next problem. Example 5. 6x minus 5y equals 10. Okay, so the y is over here. We have to get it by itself. First off, I don't like that minus, make it plus negative. Dot, circle. If that number in that circle is negative, you need to make it positive, but then these outside have to go opposite as well. So 6 goes to negative, 10 goes to negative. So I plus 6x, then I make a 0x, and I plus 6x there. So line up your equals. You have 5 times y. It's going to be 6x plus negative 10. Then we divide everything by the 5. I'm rewriting the equation is what I'm doing. 6 divided by 5 is a decimal, so I keep it 6/5. Negative 10 divided by 5 is not a decimal, so that's negative 2. Now, the y is by itself, so I now have M and B. That's your answer. Okay, example 6. Negative 4x plus 3y equals 6. Okay, so here's my equals. The y, make the wall, dot and circle your y. It's already a positive 3, so don't change the signs. Get rid of the x. Plus 0x, and I add 4x there. So line up your equals. You have 3y, 3 dot y. You got to put your 4x first, then plus 6. Then I divide everything in the equation by 3. If you get a decimal, leave it as a fraction. So that would be 4 over 3. X, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so M, B, right there. Okay, example 7. Negative 5x plus 2y equals 12. Okay. Okay, plus negative that. Dot your y. If that number's in there is positive, you don't have to change the signs. So plus 5x. Make a 0x and add 5x over there. Okay. So 2 times y. So that's going to be 5x plus 12. Then divide everything by 2. Okay, 5 divided by 2 is a decimal, so we're going to keep it as 5 over 2 with x. 12 divided by 2 is 6. That's M, that's B. Okay, example 8. Negative 6x plus 2y equals negative 6. Okay, well, the y has to be by itself, so I make the dot and circle. That's a positive 2, so don't switch the signs. So plus 6x, make it 0x, so you actually have somewhere to add 6x. So line up your equals, you have 2 times y. It's going to be 6x plus negative 6. And I divide everything by 2. Those 2's go away. Now 6 divided by 2 isn't a decimal, so I put 3x. Negative 6 divided by 2 isn't a decimal, it's negative 3, so plus negative 3.